Hi guys, today we're going to be talking Makeup Geek eyeshadows, and I'm going to show you swatches of all the Makeup Geek eyeshadows that I have in my collection. If you're not familiar with the brand, they were created by a YouTuber, which is super cool, and her name is Marlena. Her channel is Makeup Geek. They're all made in the United States, talc free. The single pan eyeshadows retail for $6, which is an amazing price. It has totally converted me from wanting to fill my MAC eyeshadow palette with MAC eyeshadows, and now it's full of Makeup Geek. That being said, MAC has lowered the prices of their single eyeshadows, I'm pretty sure, to compete with Makeup Geek. Probably some of the other brands that are coming in with like really great products at a much more affordable price than what MAC was doing, but it definitely has something to do with Makeup Geek because she's got a lot of great MAC dupes in there. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first eyeshadow we're talking about, the first two actually are part of her foiled line. These are a little bit more expensive. These are $9, but these are incredibly pigmented, so metallic, and they absolutely look amazing when you spray your brush and get it a little bit wet with setting spray or water. Then they just look absolutely crazy metallic. The first one is the shade Grandstand. This is definitely a different color for me. It's kind of like a pinky mauvey shade. I don't own really anything like it, and when I was purchasing these colors, I definitely wanted to make like a complete palette that I could take with me on the go. These three shadows here are MAC, but the rest are all Makeup Geek. So again, these foiled shadows are beautiful. This second one in here is not only my favorite Makeup Geek eyeshadow, but it's got to be in my top 5 of just favorite eyeshadows. I'm wearing it on my lid today, and if you saw my boyfriend does my makeup tag, he actually used this on my lid because he knows that I love gold, and it actually looked pretty good. So that means they're pretty easy to work with. But this is a gorgeous warm gold shade, almost has a little bit of orange in it, and I think that this is just an absolute must-have of the collection. Moving down here to Chickadee, you would have seen this in my orange makeup video. This is a matte yellowy orange shade, and this is just great to run in the crease. It's something a little bit different than brown. It's really going to warm up your look, and I think again really unique. In here is Lemon Drop, which is all over my lap right now because for some reason these all fit perfect in a MAC eyeshadow palette, but the Lemon Drop shade that I have fell out a time or two, then it fell out and completely smashed, so I tried to fix it the other day in preparation for this video with alcohol, but it's just not working, and it's now all over my lap. But it's a gorgeous kind of yellow shade, and I'm really upset about it because I absolutely love wearing yellow on my eyes. I'm probably just gonna have to repurchase this one and bite the bullet. $6, so not so bad. But this is like a yellow with a little bit of shimmer in it, but what I like about it is it doesn't really lose any of the pigment. It's almost like it's a matte eyeshadow with some shimmer in it, not just like a shimmery eyeshadow. And it is a great kind of sunshiny yellow color, which is now all over my bed. Then moving on to Beaches and Cream. This is a perfect kind of creamy shade with a little bit of peach in it. I find a lot of the shades that I see being really popular on YouTube for brow bone highlights are just too light for my skin tone. So this one is really nice. I've got this under my brow bone today. I love wearing it on my inner corner as a brightening shade. Because it has that little bit of warmth in it, it makes it much more wearable for my skin tone. Then onto this shade here. This one is in the shade Creme Brulee. I love this as like kind of a blending shade because it is just slightly darker than my skin. It really works to kind of buff out just about any shade that I'm wearing on my eyes. Again, this one is matte. And a lot of these, like I said, are dupes for MAC eyeshadows. So when you go on the Makeup Geek website, you'll see side-by-side comparisons. And she also does swatches on her website because she's a YouTuber. She knows when we're going to buy products, we are Googling swatches. So why not just put swatches on your website so that we don't have to outsource our swatch looking? Like, it's genius. The next shade is something super out of the box for me because, again, like this shade up here, is kind of a cooler purpley pinky shade, which is something I don't wear often, but I planned on kind of pairing them together. This one is in the shade Cupcake, and I thought it would make a very interesting crease shade, not only with this foiled eyeshadow up here, but just in general. I kind of want to branch out from just my super warm orangey gold shades and kind of challenge myself to use different colors. So this is a great matte shade. If you do love kind of taupey purple shades, this one is perfect for you. Then onto Corrupt. This is an insane black. This does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but it comes out completely matte. The shimmer does not show up. It is definitely better than MAC's Carbon. I don't own MAC's Carbon, but I've swatched it. This one just has so much pigment in it. You can use it as a liner. You can use it to smoke out your lower lash line. You can use it all over the lid if you want something really dark or just to deepen up the outer V. But when you do use it, be sure to be careful because it is so insanely pigmented. Then on to the next one. I gotta look up all these names because I just don't remember. This one is in the shade Moon Dust. Again, another very different shade for me, but because these are a little bit more affordable than MAC eyeshadows, I was happy to kind of play around and get some shades that I wouldn't normally purchase. So this is kind of a warm gray shimmery shade, and this is really, really cool in combination with this color, kind of cooler pink shades that I picked up. If you are looking to do kind of like a smoky eye, but you don't want to go with like the classic like super silver and black, this is something that is a little bit warmer. If you have a warmer skin tone, I would recommend picking up a gray silver like this. Then onto Frappe. This is just a great matte brown, something a little bit more deep than Creme Brulee, so it's going to give you a little bit more definition, and I absolutely love to use this one on my crease, and then it looks really good on the lower lash line too because it just adds a little bit of depth and warmth. Poppy is a beautiful kind of corally shade with kind of leaning red, I guess. I love using this in the crease. This one is matte and it came out in a little bit of a newer collection, but that was like last year. I know she's releasing brand new shades. I think they must be released by now. I'm not totally sure, but I will have links to the website down below. And then the last one, this is definitely in my like top Makeup Geek eyeshadows. This one is in the shade Cosmopolitan, and it's a dupe for a MAC eyeshadow that I wanted forever in the shade Expensive Pink. And this is just the most gorgeous rose gold kind of shade. It's got tons of pink in it, tons of gold, really, really pigmented, and it looks amazing on the lid. If you are like my skin tone or kind of tan, it's really, really gonna pop, and it's not like an obnoxious pink, like it's totally wearable, completely daytime, but it just adds a little bit more interesting than like a kind of typical gold that you would wear on your eyeshadow, on your eyes. And then the last thing that I picked up was a pigment. And then this one is in the shade Utopia. I wanted this because Nicole Guerrero did a New Year's Eve makeup look, I think probably 3 years ago. And I was eyeing this forever. I don't even know if I've actually even worn this since I bought it. But it's this gorgeous kind of black gold. It is so dramatic, screams New Year's Eve. And I think it was because I was working in radio the past like 2 New Year's Eve and nobody could see my face and there was no need to even put on an ounce of makeup to go into this studio. So I don't think I wore it, but like it doesn't have to be for New Year's Eve, of course. So maybe I'll make use of this in a face of the day or something. And if you would like to see any of these highlighted in a video, be sure to let me know down below and let me know what your favorites are because I definitely want to pick up some more Makeup Geek. I want to try her contour powders. And I know that she's releasing new blushes. When I placed this order, I had the intention of buying some of the blushes, but unfortunately, they definitely were all for lighter skin tones. They were super cool toned, very pastel, very, very light. And I know that she kind of prides herself on creating makeup that includes everybody. Like her contour powders had like, you know, a light, medium, and dark, and then within that they had warm and cool, which I think was really, really amazing. There's something for everyone. So I know that she was planning on releasing new blushes to be like a little bit more inclusive. So I think when those come out, I'll probably place another order. Shipping to Canada was great. I think it was like $7 or $8 and I didn't pay any customs at the time, so that is pretty good considering how bad the dollar is. It doesn't hurt so bad. But thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at Samantha Jane YT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!